Hello, and here is another update on my road to 5 million, and where I am now is day 62. So where are we at in terms of World of Warcraft? We are literally a couple of days away from pre-patch being released, so there's going to be new content and new players returning, and you can see my graph here since the last time I was on and did this update. We're about here at about day 42. Now you can see my line on average compared to the red line has still been drifting away, particularly this area here, where basically I've been doing my normal gold making bits and pieces, but I haven't really been pushing myself to make enough gold on these times. I've been kind of turning over the regular things. And this weekend saw an upturn in my efforts. I spent more time online, and I tried a few things like sniping, and I tried just making sure that I had the right things on, and you can see it reflected here in my sales. One of the things that really happened here was I made sure that I had plenty of Ember Silk on, because obviously with the pre-patch arriving, things like the professions are changing, and so people are rushing to get those achievements, and so that was one of the things I was able to capitalize on. And so over the past sort of few days I've made a good amount of gold. I had a good pet sale in there as well, that was gifted to me very kindly by a viewer. That was a little boost on top of everything else that I did. So we're seeing a really nice steady incline, which I think reflects the amount of players coming back, but it also reflects what I've been doing in the game to try and maximise on those profits. So let's have a look at what I've been selling over the past sort of month, and we can just get a gauge as to how things are happening, and then I'll have a look at what I've done over the past few days and see how that's changed. So looking at my ledger over the last sort of 20 days, starting at the bottom here, so this is since I last did my update, the various things I've been selling. Again, the enchants have been ticking through quite nicely. We have a hexweed bag occasionally in there, a few cooking bits and pieces, a few tailoring bits and pieces, the usual thing that I've been, has been my bread and butter for all this time. So that's all worked out very well. Drums of Fury has been quite up and down depending on what's going on with the Mage Tower, and recently the Mage Tower has become fully active, so people are rushing to do the Mage Tower as an achievement, and so Drums of Fury have taken a bit of a boost in sales. You can see quite a few drums there, and then coming up for the last sort of 17 days, more drums, more Mage Weave, some more cooking bits and pieces, another hexweave bag in. So you can see a good amount of stuff coming in here. The occasional thing like a dread leather binding, so that was very cheap, that one. Again, the drums are coming through. Occasionally the food. The food's been a bit hit and miss, but we have been able to get a few sales through there. Looks like I sold a couple of Arcanite bars for way too cheap there. I should have put those on for hire. I have to make sure I check those ones next time I put those on, if I'm going to, or I could collect them up and start using that in my mining. Couple of good sales here. There's another pet in there, bronze whelpling for 12,000, and then we've got some living steel coming in and River's Heart. So alchemy has been again hit and miss, but I haven't been putting enough effort into it, which is why it hasn't been selling so much. I haven't been expanding. Yes, I've been doing the half hill farm, and I've progressed that now so I can get my choice of moats or ores or golden lotus. So that's almost fully complete now, my half hill farm, but that's only one small aspect. There's a whole other side to alchemy that I haven't really delved into, so there's more I could do on that profession side. And the same with my mining. My mining still needs fleshing out. I need to look through all the potential deals I can make and then make a shopping list of the things to look out for and see if I can flip them for a higher price. More enchants, hexweed bags still ticking through, and some more drums coming in. Now here comes the interesting stuff. I've started getting some more Ember Silk cloth, and I was able to sell this initial lot for 18 gold each, which is a nice amount, and I had 800 of those, which is amazing, and another 200 there at 18 gold 99. So I was able to capitalize on that, and I went off and I farmed some more, so I made sure I got those. Over the last 7 days I had some lavish feast sales, which I hadn't had in a while, so that was quite good. And then I also started to sell things like my ghost iron bars, as well as turning them into other things through alchemy. I thought I'd spread it across several different avenues so that I could sell the bars and turn them into something else, as I was able to go around and mine quite a lot of them with my miner now. And again, another 800 of Ember Silk here at 18 gold each. Really nice profits there. And then I've been selling Immaculate Fibrils for people who are leveling characters, and so they're wanting to put relics on their artifacts to get their new characters up to a decent item level. And then again another 400 Ember Silk. And I managed to sell a few more foods. The food prices going down. Notice that my enchant prices are all quite easily below 1,000 now. That's okay because I've been buying my Chaos Crystals for less than 50 gold. And sometimes I've been able to get them for 10 gold if I've been really lucky. So even though the enchant prices have really bottomed out, I'm able to still make a profit. I'm only making them when they're a profit. The profits just aren't as high as they used to be. Mooncloth robe in there. Then we managed to get some good living steel sales recently, so another 10 of those at 2,000, and the odd occasional transmog like these leggings I managed to sell for 3,700. That was really nice. This was a big one here, the Nightmare Whelpling. That was a kind gift from the viewer, so thank you very much for that. That's really helped boost up everything else. But that's in addition to things. So you can see here, look at this. Ember Silk cloth at 44 gold per item. And there's 800 there, and there's 400 there. So I've had some really good sales with Ember Silk just on this last bit as everyone rushes towards trying to get as much done with the achievements that are about to go out of date. You know how people are, they always leave things to the last minute, and if you're in a rush and you've got no time, then you're going to spend the gold. So I was able to capitalise on that and make a decent profit. And then again we've got the drums back in, 43 gold a piece there, but then if you look a bit higher up, I believe we should have them coming up even better than that. There's a shirt there. The Imperium was a good flip I did. I managed to find some for a really cheap price and put them back on. So selling all of those quite easily. And then look at here, the drums now, 136 a pop. And again, I'm still able to sell them, which has been brilliant. So this upturn in drums, the upturn in Ember Silk, and the occasional big item like the pet sales have really boosted my sales. Which is why over the last few days I've had a really nice upturn in sales. Now what I want to do to capitalise on this now, obviously there are things outside of my control, which is the returning player base. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people coming back and they're going to be doing new and interesting things, but also there's things that I can do. So I'm going to go out and make sure I farm the materials that I think are going to sell well, and then I'm going to expand on my mining and my alchemy because they're underused. The same with my leather working. I could do with a lot more dread leather on the auction house at the moment because that will sell as well as the graven scale. So there's lots of things that I haven't really taken the time to do yet, which are in my control, which I can widen my markets and get a lot more things on, and that's going to be how I'm going to get myself from this position underneath the red line to over this position before Battle for Azeroth. That's the goal, that's the plan. So I've got my characters as ready as they're going to be. Not everyone's got their professions to 800, and El Morte's got his blacksmithing only at something like 49. The mining's the main thing, that's at 600. Alchemy and herbalism are up there. Leatherworking and skinning's up there at 800, and obviously my tailoring and enchanting and cooking are all at 800. The other professions I'm going to have to level up the new way when the pre-patch releases, so that's going to be interesting. Although I'm not going to focus on that on this instance. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I'm making the most of the professions I've got. So that's where we're at now. There's a month to go before Battle for Azeroth releases. We've still got a lot of work to do ahead of us. I'm going to put in as much time as I can to make as much gold as I can and be as efficient as I can as well at the same time. So I'm really hoping that you're enjoying watching this journey unfold, and this next month I think is going to be really exciting as we rush towards Battle for Azeroth and get ourselves some more gold. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, and happy gold making.